permaculture, the permaculture, the permaculture, the permaculture, the permaculture.
Check that out, man. It's oregano. I put this in the ground. I just put it in the ground, and just look how big this shit is getting. Look at how fat these leaves are. Look at my hand. First off, look at my hand. And compare it to the leaf, like, look how big this shit is. It's got some huge, look at my thumb. Like, this is a big ass leaf. It's like you could use this as an umbrella. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a little bit dramatic there, but it's very green and lush. Oregano likes a very sunny spot. This is a very sunny spot. The sun rises over there, and it just gets so much sun, and it sets over there. You just get so much sun. And this thing, I just put it in the ground. I didn't give it any soil. It's just feeding off this dead wood and all this brown shit. And this is oregano's. It's fucking blowing up, man. It's crazy. But I wanted to show you something. This is my, what is it called? Marigolds. Just put them in the ground in a little mound. The mound is probably about 2 inches, probably like 2.5 inches tall. And the marigolds, these are the ones that I started growing from seed. These are the ones that I started growing from seed. Isn't that crazy, man? And they're looking pretty good. As you can see, they're starting to grow a flower bud on each and every one of them. They got a flower bud. See the flower buds on there? And that one's got a baby one coming out. A baby flower. This is the last one that sprouted, but it's got flower buds on those things, man. And these things are just blown up. I just put these in the ground right here. There was a tomato plant here, but the tomato died. I'm gonna show you everything right now. The tomato plant died. I haven't been doing so good with my growing season so far. I haven't been doing good with the cucumbers. The cucumbers were growing along the ground, and they were just like getting eaten up by all types of insects, and the leaves were like, it looked like a screen. Like, you know, a screen has like holes in it. That's how the leaves were looking. So I just basically ripped up everything, and my sugar snap peas weren't doing so good either because it was very, very hot. So I did some minor changes in my garden. So I put the marigolds here. There was a tomato plant here. I put the marigolds right here because it gets full sun. I kept that tomato plant because that tomato plant's doing good. This is a marglobe. I put some more soil in there. I chopped off the lower leaves again last night because it had a little bit of disease on those leaves. So I just pinched it off. And this is the homestead tomato. The homestead tomatoes doing pretty good. They're growing pretty tall. Doing pretty good. I topped it off with some more soil there, so we're gonna see how it just keeps exploding. But it's probably about 8 inches tall right now. It's looking pretty good. And right here, you know, I have my sugar snap peas, but it's just so damn hot. It's hot as hell right now. I'm sweating as I'm talking to you. It's very hot. As we're in fall. It doesn't get any cooler right now. This is Florida. We live in the South. It's very hot. It's very fucking hot. It only gets cool over here in January and February. Those are the cooler months that we have. December, it's still even hot. There's nothing cold about December at all, even though it's Christmas. But over here, I planted some carrots. I just sprinkled a crap load of carrots here. I sprinkled a crap load of carrots here. And carrots and tomatoes grow pretty good too, so I also sprinkled a crap load of carrots here and a crap load of carrots there. So hopefully we get to see some carrots grow right here along the feet of the tomatoes. But hopefully we get to have a carrot bush right here. I had success growing carrots before. This is what I was good at, growing carrots. I had carrots growing in a raised bed, and the raised bed was only about like 6 to 7 inches tall, and I mean in depth. And I had carrots probably about, like, you know, the size, just a little bit smaller than my hand. They're probably like this big, and it was like, you know, 40, 50 of those things. So carrots are very easy to grow, and now these are in the ground. I excuse me, I put so much soil here and I've sprinkled it. This is the second, excuse me, this is the second day. I'm sorry, I'm very gassy right now. But this is the second day, so I just watered it. So hopefully it sprouts within this week or so. And over here I got a goji berry. Got a goji berry that I got off of YouTube a long time ago, and it sprouted. And yeah. And in replace of my cucumbers, I'll put those peppers that I had. Now I don't know which is which, I forget which is which, but these two are the same, and those two are the same. So we'll get to see. And by the way, these are all spicy, very hot. These are Scotch bonnets and orange habaneros. And I've learned that thyme doesn't like the hot sun. Thyme grows in the shade. Thyme likes to grow in the shade. That's why I put this pot here, to give it some shade. And I noticed that when I put this pot wasn't here, it was sitting right here, and it would shade up just this part right here. And you see this part is more greener than that part. So I'm just moving it, bam, so it could shade up that whole area so it can get greener. And I just put this block here so this can get greener too, and it's gonna get some sun. But I just want these, so far this plant has been burning up, it's been shriveling up. It was looking very green, but now it's just on the verge of death. So I'm gonna try to save it as much as I can, give it as much shade as I can, and we're gonna see how it works. I should just dig it up, but I don't know where to put it. I don't know where there's a good place to put it. But so I'm just gonna try to leave it here and just give it as much shade as I can until I find another place to put it. But these peppers I put in the ground yesterday. I think today's the 23rd of September 2090, and these plants are doing pretty good so far. The peppers. I've had success in growing peppers. I've had success in growing carrots. So we're gonna see how these grow again. I've grown peppers and carrots in compost. Those are the ones who love compost. So hopefully I have a good growing season with my peppers and carrots. You know, the cucumbers didn't do so good, so I tossed them over there. The cucumbers just didn't do good at all. I should have grown them upwards instead of along the ground. I had them growing along the ground, and they looked like shit, man. They had thick vine, but it just wasn't, the leaves were just getting eaten up by all types of insects and bugs and things like that. So I'm not much of a cucumber grower, but I am more of a root grower. So we're gonna see how these carrots take off. So thanks for watching. I hope something comes up. Once the carrots come up, and we're gonna take off from there. See you guys next video. Peace.